On the drawing toolbar, you have several functions here for lines and shapes, and also the saved object feature. Plus, on the end here, you have grouping and ungrouping. I'll show that also. So I'll start off with the line feature. And I can create any kind of line I want. You can see here, when I make it horizontal, it turns blue. If I make it vertical, it'll turn blue. All right, if I get it just right. All right, now I can always go in, recolor it, change the style line size, whatever I need to do. I can even select it and move it, change the length, and the position again. You select it here. I'm just going to right click and cut it. And then the curve lines, got a smooth curve, similar, but I don't click and hold it. I click it once. You see I still have that dotted line, but don't worry about it. So click it every time you want to change direction. And then click it twice when you're done. Now I'm going to make that a solid line, so I'm just going to go back. The nice thing about this program is if you make a mistake, it's always fixable. All right, maybe I don't like how this sits exactly, so I go to Edit Path, and then I can basically drag it the way I want it. And if that looks good, then I'll hit the select arrow and click off of it. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then I'll go back up to curves to the straight curve. It's the exact same thing, just rigid curve. Double click when you're done. I can edit the path, I can change the line size, type of line, color, everything. So select arrow again and right click and cut. I'm going to shapes. I've got circles, got basic shapes you can use here. I don't know how much use to get out of that, but I use a rectangle a lot for a call out box. So I just click and hold and drag it out. And a little too thick for me for a call out box. I like to go 1.5 point. Now I can always use select arrow and I can still, excuse me. There we go. I can move it. I can resize it, whatever I need to do. Again, I can fine tune things as always with the arrow keys if I want to make minute changes. All right, the saved object feature. I've got several things in here. I've got a house. It's just a standard house. You could create your own and you can save it in there. We'll talk about that at a later date. I've got our objects. I can resize them. I can rotate them. I can move them, whatever I need to do with it. Now, keep in mind, these objects do not have constrained proportions, meaning that if I grab it from the side, I've got something else. Okay, so it will stay in the same shape. Matter of fact, let me hit undo. If I grab it from a corner, it will maintain the same shape. So be careful with that. And then I've got the multi-select arrow. Say these three objects, I needed to move them somewhere else, but relative to each other. So what I could do is I can hit that and I can click all three of these. And now I can actually move them as a group. Or I can actually go up here and group those objects. Say you had a drawing that wasn't where you wanted it to be. I could basically select everything and move that where I want, anywhere on the page, and I can ungroup it. All right, now I've got this multi-select arrow is one way to do it. Also, what you can do is you can just click and hold and draw this rectangle over all the objects you want to move. And that'll take care of it also, as far as moving them or grouping them. So that's everything for the drawing toolbar. Thank you.